Good morning, my viewers and subscribers. How are you? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you had a lovely week, and I'm hoping that you're getting ready for church tomorrow. Thank you so much for your continued support to my channel. I appreciate it very much. I have the camera a bit crooked. Okay, that's better. Today is Saturday morning, and I'm making my breakfast. I'm making black tea with ginger and rosemary. I get rosemary from my cousin. And how I do my ginger is, we all do ginger differently. Some people they pound. I have kinu for pounding, mortar and pestle, but I don't know why I don't use it. So most times what I do is that I slice my ginger. I slice it. I just cut it in long thin slices, and then that's what I use in my tea. And I don't use a lot of ginger. I just use moderately. Yeah, I don't use a lot. And then I add lemon. I really love lemon in my black tea because of health reasons, and also I love the taste and the fact that it dilutes also the blackness of the tea. So how has your week been? I hope it was nice, eventful. My week has been, I can't say it has been bad, but the thing that has put me back, that has made me not very happy, is that now it's coming to I think the fourth day when I don't have electricity. I don't know what happened to our power lines. When my cousin was here visiting during the day, the power just went off like around 2 or 3 o'clock. And since then it's been off, and of course I've made repeated calls to the supplier, Kenya Power, KPLC, but nothing has happened. You just send an SMS, I think, to *977#, and then they're supposed to come and check on it. I guess my neighbor has also been doing it, and I'm pitying them because they have little children, so it must be an inconvenience. Today it is chilly. It is so chilly. The weather is changing. I think it's about to rain. I'm glad I planted the trees, but I have a whole almost 10 holes where I haven't planted trees. And if it rains before I plant those trees, I know I'm going to be very, very depressed. I'm going to be very depressed. Issues with money. Money. The lack of money can be so disappointing at times. But anyway, I'm crossing my fingers and hoping on God that somehow I'm going to have the ability to get those trees, because there are about 10 to 15 holes remaining. You can imagine, if I plant those trees before it rains, in 3 months I'll be talking about seedlings which have rooted well enough for them to continue growing on their own. It makes such a big difference when you're landscaping and when you're making up your compound or any piece of land that you own, to plant trees sooner rather than later. Because when they're not planted, they're not planted. There's no halfway planting. But once they are planted and they have rooted and caught onto the ground, the seedlings, for me it's the best feeling in the world, knowing that these are independent trees that now are going to be growing on their own accord. You don't have to water them, but of course with some of the seedlings you still have to dig around them to aerate the soil and possibly add manure once in a while, but that is less work than planting, the actual planting, because they've started to grow, and some of them grow so fast so that within a year you have a tree seedling that is several feet tall. And within, time passes so fast, and within 2 years, 3 years, you come back and you look at the compound and you're like, wow, I'm glad I made that investment on planting trees. So yeah, wish me luck. Hope I'm praying that I'll be able to get money for that. And also to address that, some people have been wondering, with all the activism I do, because I do a lot of work besides being online, besides doing my the profile that I do on YouTube and in TikTok, and I'm very dedicated to what I'm doing, content creation. I'm just like everybody else, apart from wanting to tell my story. If there's some income in it, I mean, why not? And I think a lot of you are just shying away from making, creating content, but you have such interesting things going on in your life that you could share with people. And my life is interesting, but it's not as exciting as some of you who I know are watching. But you're always like, hey, I don't want people seeing what's happening in my life. I don't want people knowing what's happening. You don't have to show everything, but some of you, your lives, I just look and I'm like, wow. Imagine the story that this one would have for people. They'd be overjoyed. And some of you, the way you express yourselves, and some of you, the way you dance, and some of you, the way you dress. Do you know those are things that are so highly interesting for people? And some of your homes, I mean, my home is so modest, but I don't mind sharing it with people because it's my home and I'm proud of it as it is. But some of you have homes to admire. You know, I enter some of your homes and I'm like, wow. Somebody could borrow this tip here of the design of this house. Somebody could borrow a tip here about the way you've painted. Somebody would borrow a tip from the way you've decorated. Somebody would borrow a tip about your beddings, your beds themselves. You know, I have friends, let me not even talk about people who are far, but friends around here in Ruai, whose homes you go to and they are such a marvel to look at. Such beautiful homes that you could just share with people. Just to look at. I mean, people just want to see how differently can I make my home, how differently, what kind of different kinds of dinner sets can I have. Huh? Your cutlery is so beautiful. You have such beautiful plates. You know, your compound, some of you, your compounds are so amazingly nice. But you're shying away because people are not going to steal because they are seeing. You can just show just a little bit because you're my inspiration. A lot of you, my neighbors, my friends, my fellow churchmates, you're my inspiration. As I'm bettering my home, I'm building my inspiration from what I'm seeing in your homes. Because you have I don't know about other places, but I know Ruai, where I've grown with a lot of people. I've seen them grow into beautifying their homes over time. And improving on their homes, improving on their houses and their lives. And the journey we've walked together, I've liked. I've seen the developments and some very many of the things that I'm also doing. I've borrowed from that. I'm like, yeah, this is also what I want from my home. So you have stuff that you can share. Yeah, I wouldn't want to come to anybody's home to come and shoot and say, oh, look at my friend's home and how it is. No, 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 no. But I'm encouraging you. I need to put the tea into the flask and I have to be careful. But I'm encouraging you people that you're able to, please if you can, try and share a bit. And you might be surprised at what it will what it will bring for you into your lives. You have so many friends, you have so many relatives who might be so happy to see you showing what they've always admired, what they've always told you is so nice about your home, about your life too. I mean, it's not just for the general viewers. Even the people around you, they might be happy that the people in your lives, the people that you treasure, your relatives and your friends, they might be happy that you're showing it because maybe they've always had the same sentiments as I do. That wow, so and so's home is so beautiful. I wish they'd showcase it to the world. Yeah, how do you think some of these winning shows began? That have people now becoming not realtors really, but showing off beautiful homes and everything. They just started by showing their home, and people are like, wow, you have a beautiful home. You can actually come and give commentaries on other homes, and you can go advising people about how to better their homes also. I mean, like, you can become an expert, and you just need to do something for a year to become an expert in it. So why not take up the challenge? I'm challenging you to expose a little of yourself, not a lot. Maybe I do expose a lot by the views of some people, but again, I have so little to hide. And my life is very open for many people, because not just because of the activism that I do and the community work that I do, but that's how I choose to be. I mean, I don't want to hide so many secrets, and I'm out here so that I can help people. So the more they know how accessible I am and what's available for me and them, the better. So have a happy Saturday, and thank you to the people who've also been on YouTube and have been on TikTok and have given us, the rest of us, inspiration and keep on giving us encouragement. To continue with content creators, and likewise, I'm following the steps and also encouraging somebody else. Feel free, do not be afraid. Go out. Welcome, people. Go out and try and tell a bit of your story. Show us a bit of what you have that is so beautiful and nice. Share with us. Share with the world. And the world will reward you. That's what content creation is about. You give the world a bit of yourself, and the world likes back or dislikes back. But thinking positively, the world will usually like back, and the liking will come with some value, some monetary value. Not all the time, but a lot of times. But until you give it a try, you don't know. Have a happy Saturday. Have a blessed weekend. And I'm wishing you a great week ahead. Let's be happy and let's try to do good to others. I wish you all the best, and I thank you again very, very much for staying on my channel. Please like, subscribe, and share.